Welcome to another video podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. There will be no Premier League. It's made official that there will be no Premier League matches played this weekend due to the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. It was a quite unfortunate passing. I believe it was due to natural causes. Natural Mother Nature took its place, and she had to go. So she's passed, and because of her passing, that has basically shut down the Premier League for the weekend. So there will be no Premier League matches this week. So because there will be no Premier League matches this week, I'm going to be doing a video to fill in the gap for some of you Manchester United fans that watch my videos, and I'm appreciative of that. Of course, if you appreciate that, you show your appreciation by not only viewing this video but also liking and subscribing to the channel, as well leaving your comments down below in the comment section. So this video is going to be based on Manchester United's latest news, in particular with two players that's at the forefront. I'll be speaking on Marcus Rashford and his current state and form. And also I'll be talking about Marcel has been speaking up, man. Marcel ain't taking no more. So Marcel has been given the mic. He's been given the floor to vent out his frustrations based on a few things which I'm going to discuss in this video podcast. So stick on still for that one. Of course, if you appreciate this video, you show your appreciation by not only viewing and watching this video, but also liking and subscribing to the channel and leaving your comments down below. I'll be more than happy enough to read out the comments in my next video podcast. Now, first on the list, we have Marcus Rashford has been improved. It's early days, but up to this point this season, Marcus Rashford has improved. Even Ray Charles can see that Rashford has improved. If you believe that Rashford is the same player as like 2 seasons ago because of your hatred towards the dude, then you're blind mentally and physically and visually as well. Marcus Rashford has led the line figuratively and literally, led the line in terms of scoring goals and led the line in terms of playing as a striker of this squad. I have questioned that decision because I'm saying, okay, Rashford, yes, it's been a long bit since Rashford has played as the main striker for Manchester United since LVG days, is me. And that's basically going to be tied into why Marcel has beef with a couple of managers, which I'm going to get into. But Rashford has improved at least up until this point, and of course, we Man United fans want Rashford to continue. The person Manchester United supporters that wants Rashford improve, because not all. See, dude, you have to understand something about Manchester United supporters. When it comes down to our own players, we're very divided. I don't even see that. I don't see that much with Real Madrid. I can't speak Spanish that fluently, is me, but I don't even see that with Real Madrid. I don't even see that with Barcelona. I don't even see that with Bayern Munich. I don't even see that with the best. Even with PSG, I don't even see that with Man City, where they're so divided on their own players. Some persons are going to be feeling this player in their own squad. Some fans go feel this player in their own squad, and some fans ain't gonna feel this player. Like Man United is like the only club in Europe or probably on planet Earth that is very divided when it comes down to players. Everybody's not on the same singing pitch when it comes down to Rashford. Everybody's not on the same singing pitch when it comes down to certain different type of players in our squad. I think the few players in our squad that we all can come to terms with and sing on the same pitch and be in unison with is that we want to see we want to see Phil Jones removed. Like, this bridging is just he needs to be removed. Everybody's on tune with that. Is me, and a few other players like Harry Maguire. So, but when it comes down to Marcus Rashford, not everybody is happy with Rashford. Persons were saying that Ivo Zaha is better than Rashford. And persons are saying that Rashford has been getting away with murder because he's been so poor for so long, and Manchester United is not looking to cut the ties loose and let him go to another club and play football. But what I'm saying is that, and this probably propelled me to do this section of the video, because I wanted this video to be just on Marcel, but Marcel has to share the spoils a bit. I saw this 4 minute video on YouTube. Matter of fact, I believe it was uploaded 4 days ago, but watch it sometimes today. And it was showing how Rashford, the times Rashford turned into prime run. Dude, I'm not. It's obvious clickbait, but I watched the video and it said how the times where Rashford turned into prime Ronaldo. That's been overused, but that doesn't take away the message of that video, which propelled me to be doing this segment of the video on Rashford and his current state of form. When I watched that 4 minute video, I was reassured of what Rashford used to be for Manchester United, what he's done. Honestly, bro, I came to the point, given Rashford's poor state of form before the season started, I was on the high horse of saying, okay, this bridge needs to be sold and needs to be told to leave. Because I've seen, like, Rashford head was just his head was just lost. I don't see a comeback from him. That was my decision. I've said that in videos in this summer of this transfer window, saying that okay, he needs to leave, he needs to cut all umbilical ties loose from Manchester United. He needs to be removed from the premises and the properties of Manchester United and go to another club and play football. Because he said it's just not it at all. Like, he's not improving himself. It's been 2 seasons where he's not been the Rashford of old. But me watching that video, I'm saying to myself, if only persons would see this video. Of course, I don't care about the title of being Prime Ronaldo, because Prime Ronaldo is Prime Ronaldo. But the fact that video shows what he's done in the past and what he's capable of. You don't lose that over a couple of years. Even players that lost their mojo, like Robinho and some other Brazilian players that just went kaput after a couple of they just lost their form. They still had the ability to perform at that stage, maybe not as consistent, but they still had that in their arsenal. They still had that in their locker. So it's not that because they're poor now means that what they did then, their ability and the skill and the talent to do what they had to do then is gone. No, it's still there, but it's just not applied. Even if a player is washing up, it's still there. It's just not as sharp as it was then. So the fact is this: when I saw the video, of course it's still on YouTube. It was uploaded for a couple days ago. Rashford is still a player, man. It's shown this season up until this time anyway. We cannot be saying we're going to be selling Rashford, because again, that video reassured me of what Rashford used to be and what he is capable of still doing for Manchester United. My man is still 26, so he has time to rejuvenate his career. He has time to repair his career. His career is not in a state where there is no return. He can still do better this season, and he's been leading the line for Manchester United so far this season. So that's more than enough of a reason to keep him at Manchester United. My man is almost a centurion in terms of goals scored for Manchester United. He almost has 90 goals. Although one could argue that he should have had over 100 anyway. But given his poor form and his injury record, he's not able to do that. So right now, we have to give Rashford, not that he's going to be retiring anytime soon, but we have to give Rashford the respect that he deserves. And in defense of Rashford, you have to remember that Rashford has been racially abused online. You have to be aware. Yes, Rashford has, mixed up his priorities, but racial cyberbullying abuse online could negatively impact. Let me move back because the light is a bit dim when I move forward to you guys. But you have to understand that racial abuse has impacted his form and his mentality. So of course, yes, I know that he's going to play tough because he doesn't want to show that soft side of saying that, okay, this racial abuse, these guys that are racially abusing me online are getting to me and I'm not going to be a good player anymore. No, he basically says it's not going to get to him. But although he said that, his form was not the same. He's not going to admit that publicly, saying that the racial abuse has gotten to him. He's going to say that he's a black man, and he's proud that he's a black man. He's going to stand up for what he stands up for, and he's not going to allow that to impact him. But it has impacted his form. It has impacted his form. That's why he was not performing as well as he used to. Like in 2019, 2020. That Bridging got 21 goals as well as Martial. And Mason Greenwood got about what? 18 goals? Something like that. So that season, person we're seeing that okay, Rashford is one of our main players. He's very crucial, he's very important. He's significant to our squad. So this season is showing Man United fans that dislike Rashford. And when I say that I wanted Man United to sell Rashford, I'm not saying it from the state that I hate the dude. I'm looking out for the brother on Bridging because he was so diabolical that I didn't even want to see the brother like embarrass himself even more so at Manchester United. But everything has come into the fold. He's doing what a manager is supposed to do with a player that has low confidence, and he's worked on him, instilling the confidence that he needs to perform at a high level. Rashford has not been playing as a striker, as a main striker since the second half of LVG's last season at Manchester United, and that is way back in 2016. So that's like that's 6 years ago. So right now, Rashford has shown that he is still capable, he's still viable, that he's still able to lead the line of Manchester United, whether he's playing as a left winger or even as a striker. This is where Rashford is going to struggle. And I've said it before, and most of you guys that have seen Manchester United play against low block sides, you know where I'm going with this. Rashford is a pace personified player. He thrives on space. That's his main bread and butter. You cannot be giving this brethren space, much to the chagrin of Arsenal that gave him space on Sunday of last week. If you give Rashford space, he's going to annihilate you. He's going to annihilate. There is no better way to be saying that. Rashford, if you give him space, he's going to annihilate you. That's where you get the best of Rashford. But if you take away that space, you're more congested, more compact. One thing Rashford might do, he might drop and I try to drop the shoulder of the defender and start the player and run forward. Like beat the player and run to the wing. So that's if they are playing deep. So he's gonna drop deep, collect the ball, try feint, and just not make the player and be on the goal like that to create space, to create the attack. But usually, if he's playing as a striker, my man can be playing as a striker as in against a low block side, or even if you're playing against a low block and he's playing on the wing and it's the defense line of the opposition is so deep. No disrespect to Rashford, but I don't believe he has the IQ for that. He's more pace personified. That's his main bread and butter. He's a direct player. He doesn't have the technical ability to break lines like that. He just doesn't. So I'm not saying that to disparage the talent that he lacks against low block. I'm saying this to say that we should use Rashford to his benefit. Use Rashford according to the strengths that he possesses. And that's what Eric Ten Hag is doing in the interest of this Man United squad, because he's leading the line. Rashford is benching Ronaldo right now. So we have to right now give Rashford his due credit to what he's done up until this point. Of course, we would like it to continue, but I'm talking about right now, because how football is unpredictable, where Rashford could go on a poor state of form and score for the next 6 games or play poorly. God forbid. But I'm saying that's just the unpredictability of football. Is me. So I'm not jinxing anything, but I'm just giving you what football is like. A player's on form one day, tomorrow he just drops a 3.10, 3 out of 10 stinker. That's football. But anyway, Rashford still has it in his locker, man. Just give him his confidence. We can say that he's more confident. He feels more self-assured. And that's what we want from our players, man. Key players. We want them to be confident, believing that they can actually grab this team by the scruff of the neck and by the horn and lead them to winning trophies. We want to win trophies this season. We have more than enough good enough players to be winning a trophy. There is no excuse for us to use for not winning a trophy by the end of this season. So yes, my thing on Rashford is that he's been improving this season, and of course, I would like that to continue as long as possible because Rashford, man, he's been through a lot. You know, he's of course he's as I mentioned, his priorities is kind of mixed up, but let's just hope that he concentrates on football. Is me. He's a good player, Rashford. And that video that I watched reassured me that there is still a player in him that is awakening slowly but surely. And we're now seeing that, given what he's done this season up until this point. Let us go on to Anthony Martial. Yes, so your boy has been actually outspoken for the last hours. He's been outspoken for today. What deal is this? Give me a second. Yes, Marcel has been outspoken for today. He's been giving his thoughts on the previous two long-term managers, and yeah, he's accused Ole Gunnar Solskjær and Jose Mourinho. Yes, so let us get into it right now because when I woke up, I saw that Marcel accused has been speaking up on his but Jose Mourinho's treatment and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's treatment towards Anthony Martial. Now, first, let us go on to Jose Mourinho because Jose Mourinho was the first manager before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he was the manager got replaced by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So Anthony Martial accused Jose Mourinho for a couple of things which, in the grand scheme of things, you could say is justifiable. Firstly, Anthony Martial, in the last season of Van Gaal's reign at Manchester United, got 17 goals in our competition. He wore the number 9, he was the main man that was leading the line, and he got the goals for Manchester United. So of course LVG wanted this Bridgen to be his main leading forward in the squad, even though he was like 18, 19 years old. Now with Jose Mourinho coming in, we all know that Anthony Martial is not a by the book textbook prototypical striker of Jose. That's not Jose Mourinho's type of striker. We know that Jose Mourinho likes his 6'4", trunk tree height strikers that are very physical, that have a strong physique, that are able to bring others into play. Basically, strikers that can play with their back to goal. Karim Benzema, Diego Costa, Diego Milito, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, when he brought him back to Manchester United, because he worked with Zlatan Ibrahimovic when he was at Inter Milan. Who else? Didier Drogba. How could I miss out Didier Drogba? So of course, Anthony Martial and even Rashford. These are not the two strikers that we even us knew that. Of course, Anthony Martial as a striker got 17 goals in a competition and not bad for a debut season. But seeing that Jose Mourinho just came into the fold of being manager for Manchester United, we knew that Jose Mourinho would play this bridging either out wide or on the starting games from the bench. He would not be the main striker. And the signing of Zlatan Ibrahimovic asserted that claim. When Zlatan came in, my man didn't. He got the number 9 so quick. I don't think Anthony Martial was anticipating it. I think he was basically. Let me go find out what he was basically saying. Give me a second. Cause he was Martial wasn't around. He was basically saying that it was disrespectful that Jose Mourinho basically took his kit number. Now, I find this funny because this This is not like this just happened a couple of days ago. This happened like 3 or 4, not even 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And it took Anthony Martial like 5 years ago, at least, and Jose Mourinho. I'm coming to Ole Gunnar Solskjær soon, so he's at the back of the line for now, but his time is gonna come. Jose Mourinho with this treatment of Anthony Martial, that happened 5 years ago. So for Anthony Martial to wait after 5 years ago to vent his frustration, it's just like, I'm pretty sure you guys have a friend or a girlfriend or something, and they just treat you bad, but you didn't say anything in the moment. You just kept it quiet because you guys have a good relationship either way. But you wait until things go south. You wait until things go bad to bring that up and say, say they treat me bad that one time there. And he's like, bro, wait a yeah man, remember you didn't give me some of your food and me they ask, me didn't have nothing, no money in pocket. I didn't have no place to stay. You could have given me some of your food, but no, you say, alright, boom, you saw me bridging, but you didn't give me no food. I remember that, but you didn't say it in a moment. Like, he didn't say that it bothered you that he didn't give you no food, or he didn't give you like a night to stay at his place. You didn't say nothing about it at the moment, but you wait until things go bad, or you wait until things sour out a bit after a couple years to vent, to bring that up again. Some chicks are like that. Like with some guy must probably mistreat them. You see me? And then off them go with them pacify that known, and them go put that down in the shelf for a bit, and then wait until like 9 months, and they say, oh, I remember when you drank my last pack of beer. Women drinking beer. And you're like, woman, what are you talking about? And I say, yes, I remember. I remember you drank my last pack of beer. So I'm saying that to say that I just find it strange that Marcel is just bringing this up. Why didn't you bring this up when it happened? Of course, you didn't want to get benched, so you wait until the bridging gets stuck. And even then, Mourinho got stuck in 2018, not in 2022. So you waited until 2022, which is almost finished, by the way, to basically have a say on how he treated you. But anyway, I ain't gonna get into Marcel. But the fact is this, man. Yes, Marcel was treated poorly. You can't just strip the brethren off of his number 9 and just give it to this new signing that is a number 9 himself. And he goes, all right, go take your number 11 because it's Ryan Giggs wear the number 11 and he's a legendary player. So of course the spirit of Ryan Giggs is going to install and it's going to be thrown on your shoulders, so you're going to be much of a great player as he is. Go and take the number 11. Give this number 9 to a real number 9. Give this number 9 to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. When Zlatan is in the place, Zlatan is the main man. You can't mess with him. Dude, that kills morality. And Mourinho as a manager should have known that. That's going to kill morality. That's going to kill the connection between the manager and the player. That's going to create tension like sour grapes. There's going to be a sourful taste. You're going to leave Marcel or even any player with a sour taste if you go do something like that. That's shady, man. That's shady. I believe Marcel. Man, I can't find it. It was said that Martial basically said in the press conference, that not press conference, but basically he was told, he basically, man, I'm not even remember what I'm saying, but he basically stated that, wait, let me see if I can find it. Basically stated that he was on I think in the summer just having rest, and then Zlatan was signed and just take the man's number 9. And he had to take the number 11. That's shady, man. That's shady. And another thing is that Marcel accused Ole Gunnar Solskjær of not Ole Gunnar, Jose Mourinho. I'm getting distracted. That's right. My bad. He accused Jose Mourinho for not playing him in this, more so in the second half of the 2017-2018 season. Remember now, Martial, as claimed in one of the articles that I was just skipping through, Martial was our top scorer for the first half of the season. My man he got 3 players of the month consecutively, and he was our top scorer. And this bridging was coming on simultaneous because he signed Lukaku for that season, but Lukaku wasn't didn't have much goals as Martial, who was playing out wide, and Martial was our best player until January. But my man went into the January transfer window and signed Alexis Sanchez, and that distorted the plan of Martial continuing his vein of form. And he got benched to accommodate this 500,000 per week paid player to be stinking up himself, not having good performances. I have this player that has been doing well for you up until the point that you go make the sign of Alexis Sanchez, and now it's like he's really getting games. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. Yes, Alexis Sanchez was at the peak of his form at the time, although he wanted to leave Arsenal, which he did. But then you can't just bring this brethren into a new environment and you have a player that is on the verge of becoming your player of the season and he's a top scorer, and you go bench this brethren and to bring in Alexis Sanchez to be a starter because he's getting hefty money per week because he's one of the best players in the league. You should have just played. Everyone knows that Sanchez can play off the right and as a number 10 or even as off the striker as a false 9. He had options. Why are you going to play Sanchez wide, which he didn't play well anyway in? Just to bench Anthony Martial. So yeah, bro, that was shady as hell, man. That is where I back Martial. It's just that not frustrated, but it's just I'm disappointed that Martial is saying this now. Why are you waiting until things cool off? You should have just break his banks right there and just put him under the bus because not Rashford. Mourinho has had a tendency of putting players under the bus. Why not put Mourinho under the bus right then, even after the man was immediately sacked? Is me? So yes, I understand that you're frustrated. I understand that my man didn't give you much games after the signing of Alexis Sanchez to Manchester United. But even then, bro, you should have basically said that after he was sacked in December of 2018. So yes, under Mourinho, Martial was not a favorite. Definitely start as a striker, like I just mentioned. We knew that Martial was not going to be the main striker under the reign of Mourinho. Mourinho does not like his tweak type of strikers. He doesn't use tweaky strikers. Even Marcel was bulking up, my man wasn't playing as a striker. He got a few games there, but he was not the main man to be playing there on a consistent basis. That is why he signed Lukaku. That's why he signed Zlatan. He wanted Morata, which was basically a 100. That's not his prototypical striker. But Morata can link play and he's a good goal scorer. But that didn't go well, so our main go-to was to go to Lukaku, which we got. So my thing is this, before I go on to Ole Gunnar Solskjær, Martial was not in the favorite books of Mourinho, and that was set from the start. That precedence of him stripping the number 9 from Martial's back to slap on the back of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, that killed morale right there. So he's going to look at you different, like, bro, what have I done to you? You're not only are you a new manager at Manchester United, but you go sign a new player and go give him the number 9 just because he's more of a number 9 than me, and I was the number 9 for last season for Manchester United, to accommodate this new signing in the name of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. That's going to kill morale. He's not going to feel good. Well, person may say Mourinho don't care, like Mourinho's like to Marcel, screw you either way, boy, I'm going to bench you. But that's, if you're a manager, you can't have tension in your squad and players are not. That's going to kill trust right there, so, and loyalty. That's why some certain players didn't feed them, man. That's one of the negative traits of Jose Mourinho. I ain't saying you have to be this teddy bear lovey-dovey dude, but I'm saying when it comes down to being a manager and a coach, you need to have good morale with your squad and the morale of the players, even if they're not a favorite player of yours. That's why you go follow up with Pogba. That's one of the biggest things you'll be remembered at Manchester United, particularly in the last couple of seasons. Particularly the last season for Manchester United. You go follow up with Pogba, and now you start losing games left and right. Yes, against Newcastle, you should have gotten sacked after that game, but you came back and win that game at Old Trafford 3-2 or 2-1 or something like that. And Martial and Pogba saved you. Martial, I remember Martial going that ball to Pogba. Pogba flick, back pass it with the flick of his knee into the path of Martial, and Martial finished it at the near post. So it was equalized, and then Sanchez go save the game for you. A bridging a sign that has been poor, and him go save that game. But anyway, bro, yeah, so I understand why Marcel has, again, I don't understand why Marcel waited until this time to basically see all of this. But I guess our brother just reached a boiling point where he couldn't take it anymore, and it was on his heart, it was just burning in his bones, so he wanted to release it on a frying pan. But it's out now, So he's going to feel a relief of having this 95 weight kg criticism that he wanted to basically state ever since he got sacked. Now, with this thing with Ole Gunnar Solskjær, of course, Ole Gunnar Solskjær is not as ruthless or as prick personified like a Jose Mourinho. But even with Ole Gunnar Solskjær, Marcel had problems because he basically stated that when he was injured, Ole Gunnar Solskjær still forced him to play games. This is one of the reasons why we have seen an inconsistent Marcel. And I, for one, is going to raise my right hand in guilt and own up to the fact that I said that there are times Marcel has been inconsistent. But I was not seen behind the scene. I was not seeing what was happening behind the fence. I was just stating my opinion from a fan standpoint of saying, okay, Marcel has been inconsistent, but I didn't know the reason why behind. Some person may speculate and say because of his off-field antics with his girlfriend or with his mistresses or whatever you want to call it. That could have played a factor, but I was not seeing what was the main thing behind the fence as it relates to why he started, why he had poor games and all of that. Now it's in the open. Now I know what is up. And he's basically saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjær, this PE teacher from Norway, was basically starting this youth when he was injured. So of course he's not going to have the full match fitness to play well. He's not going to excel when he needs to because he's injured. When you play with an injury, that's going to hamper your form, and that's even going to hamper your talent as well. Negative plus negative is still negative. So if you go play this Bridget when he's injured, that's not going to improve his form. That's not going to. There are players that have played with injuries that have still played well, but that's not Martial, man. There are some players that have played their way through injury and still perform well, but that's not Martial, man. So you have to take a different approach with Martial. So yes, so Martial's beef with Ole Gunnar Solskjær was that, as stated, my man played when he was injured, and he didn't like that. So yes, it says here that Anthony Martial gave away shocking details about his time at Manchester United. In an interview with France Football, Martial spoke about how he played through the injury barrier with Ole Gunnar Solskjær. This is what Martial said. The last 2 seasons I have regularly played injured. People don't know that. I did not know that, and I just accepted defeat on that. So my sheet is clean right now. People don't know that I couldn't accelerate during the 4 months during the COVID season. Solskjær tells me that he needs me, so I play. Given my game, if I can't accelerate, it becomes very complicated. No, of course he can't accelerate because he's injured. That's why I see Martial moving slow on the pitch sometimes. Because I'm wondering, is this Bridget really that lazy? Or is it just that he just doesn't care anymore? And me seeing that, I'm getting to the point that, okay, he could have been that injured that he couldn't even lift up his own left foot to even move. So of course he's not going to accelerate at the rate that he needs to. And he continues by saying, and I get criticized. The coach never bothered to tell the media. Obviously, I end up getting injured for good, and when I come back finished, I don't play anymore. So see, Martial, and I took it very badly, and I felt, and man, I can't even read. I had a feeling of injustice. Some person may say, "Oh, it's a sacrifice." If even if you're one-legged, I just came from the 6 months from participating and representing a country from the army. You need to play with one leg. Time and place for everything, bro. Basically, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer knew that Marcel is a key player of his style of play. But you can't play the dude when he's injured, man. That's going to hamper his form even more. That's even going to give him. That's going to be injuring him more, which he's not going to allow. Which he's not going to be playing very well. Man, I can't be. Hey, forgive me for I'm talking right now. My mouth is very dry. I can't speak properly right now. But you get what I'm saying. Martial, when he's injured, when he was injured, past tense, when he's injured, no. But at the time when he was injured under the reign and leadership of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, there was no leadership with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's basically saying that when he's injured, he was not playing well. He had inconsistent games. And now I'm seeing why he didn't have consistent games. Because he was playing with an injury. What else did he? What else did Marcel say? I'm looking for the article, so give me a second. Treachery. Anthony Marcel blasts his former manager Mourinho. Okay. So yes, he both slammed Mourinho and also got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So this is what it also says along when it comes on to. Oh yes, another thing I should mention. In the 2017-2018 season, when Mourinho was still manager for Manchester United, the World Cup was due in the summer. So when he benched Marcel, basically it's said right here, so I'm catching up on it right now. Give me a second. That dude. So I said nothing. It was useless. This is Marcel speaking. The following season, I was the best in the team in the first part of this. In the first, and I've mentioned that he was scoring goals. He brought in Alexis Sanchez, and there I hardly played anymore. It's the season of the World Cup, and it cost me dearly, especially since the French team won the World Cup. I should have been there. Yeah, he should have won at medal. You have players that went to France to go play the World Cup and won the World Cup, and they didn't get continual they didn't get matches in their when they were playing for their club. And Martial was playing consistent at least until January, and he got benched because Mourinho thought it was necessary to go play Alexis Sanchez in his position and bench Martial, which led Martial into frustration of his game, is the amount of game time he was getting. And I understand that. That's shady, man. That's shady. That's shady. So yes, under Ole Gunnar, so his baseline says his form improved, but given his injury record, he couldn't play. He couldn't play better with his injury, man. And that's what he was basically saying. So he's basically saying it's treachery. Treachery. So yeah, let me check out this other article because there are different articles that have different nuances that is different from each. So I'm just checking what I'm missing out. Martial slams straight to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and disrespectful Mourinho over their Man United reigns. Okay, so where is it? How is it that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a traitor? Let me read on. Somewhere yeah, man. So of course, like I said, bro, I'm just frustrated that that Marcel didn't speak up. Oh, this is what Mourinho said in 2018, and I'm quoting. Marcel said, Mourinho again. I can't read, bro, so I have to go, excuse me on that. Mourinho said that Marcel lacked maturity and named him among the players that he felt acted like spoiled kids. While after sacking, Mourinho said that the 26-year-old wanted to play as a striker for the wrong reasons. What wrong reasons, may we ask? But Marcel has now accused Mourinho of not respecting him and admits that he was hurt by the decision of stripping him of the number 9 following Zlatan Ibrahimovic's arrival. Yeah, it's understandable that Martial is frustrated. Put yourself in Martial's shoes if you play striker. Wouldn't you? And you've been scoring goals up until January of a season, right? And even before that, the manager go sign a new striker that has more experience than you and go strip the number 9 off of your back and go put it on his back. How are you going to feel? Man, why is this so dark? How are you going to feel? Be honest with yourself. How are you going to feel? Yo, I ain't gonna feel no way because that's the game, some players that have more experience have to get the real deal of a number because they embody the number and you're just a young you're a fresh blood. So you see me, you have to respect your elders I'm not on that. I'm not on that. If you're wearing a kit number before this bridging comes in, then from my recollection, you need to be still wearing that number 9. Plus, Rooney left. What? No, Rooney didn't leave that season. Is after that season when Zlatan came in, Rooney left. Because I was saying to myself, you could have just give Zlatan number 10, but Rooney didn't leave that season. He left after that season. But yeah, man, leave your comments down below, man. I don't want to prolong this video, more, but you have to understand that Marcel has been through a lot, especially with Jose Mourinho, that labeled him lazy. Which I'll say this, man. Even when he's not injured, Martial is not a beat around he's not a pressing type of player, but he's shown that he can be improved upon, and that was shown in pre-season, leading up until a couple goals he scored in the pre-season. So Martial is not, even if he's lazy, that can be worked on. He's not a foregone conclusion. Martial, even if he's lazy, bro, he can still press. He can still be used in this system. So we're going to see what it's going to be like when Martial comes back from injury, whether Rashford will be leading the line or Martial. Well, CR7 is on the bench. Brother, I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. CR7 is not the prototypical player to be starting in an Eric Ten Hag's starting lineup, given the style of play that he wants his side to play. He doesn't have the build-up. My man is slow, which I thought I've never said that, because Ronaldo, given the way Ronaldo trains and stuff, you would never think they do this slow, but he's slow. He's slow. And also, even more than slow, he doesn't have the know-how in terms of intricate passes, and when he's in tight space, what is he going to be doing in tight spaces other than just giving away the ball? So this is where Martial thrives. Martial is good in tight spaces. He can drop deep and link play to the unbombing forward wingers, and he can also, of course, score goals. So Martial, he believes that he needs to be vindicated based on how he's been treated by Ole Gunnar Solskjær, that didn't give him much game, that played him when he was injured, and even more so Mourinho, that disrespected the bridging by saying that not only is he lazy, but also because he brought in a more certified of a striker and stripped him off his number 9, and also didn't even play the man when Sanchez came in. He just basically benched him for Alexis Sanchez that turned out to be poor. So I feel for Martial. It's, again, like I said, it's just that the only bad thing about it is that he should have said this long before, like even after Mourinho was sacked, or even after Ole was sacked last year in November. So leave your comments down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I don't want to prolong this video, man, and make it just that sorry. But yeah, Marcel has been through a lot, whether it's on the pitch or even off the pitch, with managers and even with a few players. So what's your thought on Anthony Martial? I think he's just airing out his ill grievances because he's been misused, he's been ill-treated. What do you think? Leave your comments down below, and I'll show it to you guys in the next video podcast. I'm out.